welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. I'm your host, Ronnie, and today is a very special episode of Comic Book Haul. We have some comics to go over, and there wasn't really anything new, so today is going to be an episode for retro comics. That's right, I picked up some old comics that I was actually looking for. Towards the end of the video, I do have an announcement to make, and it's regarding my Infinity War giveaway. So, without further ado, let's get started with what I got. First up, I have Silver Surfer, number 1, volume 3. The very old one, I think it's from like 1988. This is really cool. I really love the cover, and this is number 1 for volume 3. Again, it's not the first one from like the 60s or so, because Silver Surfer first appeared in the 60s in the Fantastic Four comic book. But I had to pick this up because the Silver Surfer is really heavily tied into the Infinity War storyline, especially with Infinity Gauntlet, which I have right there mounted on the top on my bookshelf. So yeah, Silver Surfer number 1, pick it up. And then I have Silver Surfer number 2. I haven't read this one yet, but it's a limited series. The second one, right after this one. Don't know what to say about that, but I haven't read it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what it's about. And then I had to pick this one up because, one, I only have part 1 of 2, and I found them together. Now I have 2 part 1s, and then now I have a part 2, and that's for Cable number 1 and Cable number 2. So I had to get this, especially because the character is going to make an appearance in the next Deadpool movie. And if you don't know about Cable, what are you waiting for? Read it. It's a lot of fun. It's a story that came out in the 90s, early 90s. Like, that's when the art started to look like very, I don't know how would I put it? Like anatomically speaking, like the characters are starting to look bigger than what they should. I mean, because, you know, Cable's a pretty big guy, but like the art started to look more detailed and different. You can tell like it's from a different era. And this is perhaps one of my favorite types of drawings from this era, like especially because, you know, they draw Spider-Man like this and the X-Men like this, where there's a lot of detail and lining in their faces and their hair. That's like my favorite kind of drawing. You know, the Todd McFarlane and the Jim Starlin drawings, like those were like really good. And this is from JR and DG. I don't remember what the initials are for DG, but really good artwork in these comic books. I really love the 90s comic book artwork. Okay, I found this one, and I had to pick it up because, one, if you guys don't know already, Disney is already finalizing the deal between them and Fox, and we should be getting an answer by next week. They're back on the table, renegotiating, or at least negotiating again, because Fox has been stubborn for so many years. And if this does happen, like if Disney ends up buying Fox, then it'll even make me even more proud to be a proud owner of the XMen versus the Avengers number 1 through 4. Classic comic right over here. I'm very lucky to pick this up. I found this in the local comic shop near me. My comic guy had pulled this out. He says, "Hey, take a look at this." I'm like, I'll take it. So I had to get it. This is gorgeous. This comic, I'm telling you right now, this set right here is going to be really expensive if Disney ends up buying Fox, and if we end up getting an Avengers versus the X-Men or X-Men versus the Avengers movie. This is going to be big. Awesome stuff right here. Read it if you haven't. And you can read it online for free too, by the way. So go to readcomicsonline.com. That's where I read my comics. If I don't want to pull out my comics, or if I'm at work and I'm bored, I read a comic. And that's why I'm also going to invest in an iPad, because I don't have one. I know, I have like so much technology, and then like an iPad's like the last thing I don't have, you know. And before I get to the final comic, I had to pick this one up. I saw it, I've been looking for it everywhere. It's At the Hand of Thanos, The Death of SpiderMan. You will believe a man can die. This is really cool. I read this issue, and it's not exactly what you think it is. Like, Thanos doesn't literally kill Spider-Man. I mean, the artwork itself, and the cover art is very popular. You've probably seen this on a lot on t-shirts and stuff like that. But it's a story, and it's a story about Spider-Man and how he learns his lesson after actually dying, and he gets to travel in the afterlife. And there in the afterlife, he meets up with Thanos and Death herself, and they talk about why, like, death is better than living. And also Thanos kind of makes Spider-Man realize that his heroics causes people to die. And it's really interesting. It's a really, really good story. Very nice issue. It's kind of an issue on its own. I want to say it's kind of filler, but not really. I mean, it's not as impactful and integral to the main storylines as of Spider-Man as you think. You know, it's not really that impactful, but it does bring up some good lessons, and it kind of like reshapes Spider-Man's perspective on being a hero. So it's really, really cool. I like the issue. It's fun on its own. It's a good read. The cover art is gorgeous, and I had to pick this up. This was like the only copy, and I'm like, yes, I am taking it. This is from like 1992 or 91, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this is Spider-Man number 17, the run on Spider-Man only. So there's the Amazing, Spectacular, Ultimate, and then there's just Spider-Man, where he has his own run. It's just called Spider-Man. I mean, I had the famous Spider-Man Torment, and it's up there. That's the gold edition that you see right next to Infinity Gauntlet to the right of it. That's like one of the most famous Spider-Man covers ever. And you see it a lot on t-shirts, you know, magazines, posters, and everything like that. And that is like one of my favorites. That's also another Spider-Man run. Spider-Man Torment, I'm getting off track here right now. Spider-Man Torment is like 6 issues long. Have them all in black edition. 2 black editions actually. Gold and silver and regular. So I have 5 versions of the same comic. I'm a collector. That's what comic book collectors do. They collect all different types of issues in comics and different variants. So yeah, I couldn't help myself. Yeah, I had a comic boner, so I had to pick it up and get that one. I've had that one for a while though. Now finally to the last comic book, or should I say the last set of comic books that I bought. This will be my second Infinity War set right here. All 6 issues and 1 bags and board wrap. Now, the reason why I hold this in my hand like this is because I am giving away this bad boy right here. That's right, I didn't stutter. This is my second Infinity War set. I am giving this away to one lucky winner. And along with the Fandango $20 gift card, an original set from the 90s, an original print, Infinity War. If I'm not mistaken, it's 1992. Yeah, I checked. It's a 1992. So sometimes, you know, you get mixed up with different comics because you have so many comics you can't remember the years. But yeah, this is an original 1992 set of Infinity War. So yeah, all you gotta do, excuse me, I burped. So all you gotta do is basically be a subscriber, like my videos, and comment on my videos. Like about maybe a week before the release of Avengers Infinity War, I will announce the winner. And by the way, this set and the Fandango $20 gift card is not the only thing you're getting. I'm also announcing additional prizes that you will be getting once we get closer to the release of Avengers Infinity War. And one lucky winner will win classic comic books along with that Fandango $20 gift card. That's right, the movie will be on me, and you'll be getting classic comics. This will be one of them. So just to give you a hint, guys, just remember, like my videos, subscribe, and watch them. And that's it, and I will pick my favorite comment and subscriber, and I will announce the winner a week prior to the release of Avengers Infinity War. So that's my episode of a comic book haul. It's a very retro episode, I know, but I think it's really fun to do a comic book haul on the callback and like on classic comic books, you know, so it's kind of like a throwback. And I definitely had a lot of fun finding these comics, especially picking up my second set of Infinity War, soon to be my giveaway. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. My collection just gets bigger, like it just keeps growing and growing, and I am a proud comic book collector and owner of various comics. I mean, I have my stacks of comics right back there. It doesn't really rival like an ultimate comic book collector. Like I know comic book collectors who have thousands, and like mine doesn't compare to them, but I do have a significant amount of comics. I have like over 1,000, like over maybe about 2,000 comics in there. Those boxes can fit a lot of comics. But let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this video? Tell me what else you'd like to see in my comic book haul videos. Again, hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.